I can't remember much of the first part of the conversation we were having. My friend and I were sipping rum while laughing at boys on a very popular social network. I probably can't tell you which one it was here, nor would I want to. I don't want these creeps to find out who I am, or where I live now. We were threading through the live videos of people doing really stupid things. Some guys just sat there like totally clueless rejects and not being able to utter a single word. I mean, my friend and I aren't bad looking and all, but they act like we're supermodels when they see us, and that is why we laugh. Yes, we're mean. We laugh at their stupidity. It's even worse when they have their privates out and doing things that we really don't want to see. It's horrid and hilarious at the same time. Then they get all insulted when we laugh at them. Well, what the hell were you thinking that we were going to do? Then we came across this one freak. He had a mask on that had makeup on it. You could tell that he was the one who put the makeup on the mask because he did an awful job at it. He was wearing women's lingerie, but we could tell it was a he for obvious reasons. He told us to laugh at him. He begged us to laugh at him. Then, when he started to get gross and touch himself, we did start to laugh and we grossed out. We were about to change the channel when he showed us the recording he made of us watching him. Then he told us to stay or he was going to show our parents that we were watching him. We really didn't know what the hell we were going to do. I would get into so much trouble. He then laughed at us and told us that we better stick around for the whole show because he was recording us and he could remove the volume. We were stupid. We should have just shut it off. But I can't imagine if that video got out around high school. I would have been shunned by everyone. We were being blackmailed and it wasn't fun at all. I mean, it was hilarious that he was so gross, but he was making it look like we were enjoying it and my mom would kill me. The creep told us we needed to take pictures holding our panties in the air or he was going to share our faces talking to him everywhere. We did. He couldn't see below our waist, so it isn't like we were naked. But they were my panties that I grabbed out of my hamper. He had no idea. We talked him into letting us turn off the camera while we changed, so we lied. We talked to him for a while about stupid stuff like school and grades. He said we had to be honest. We weren't. We lied about the school we went to. How would he even know where we went? Then he told us it was impossible that we went to the school we were talking about because of our location. He started talking about the city we lived in, down to the neighborhood. I have no idea how he knew this information. And then I remembered. Right behind me was a high school banner for cheerleading. We were doomed. He knew our faces, our school, that we were cheerleaders. Shit. This freak started making demands that we couldn't meet. He was being really inappropriately sexual, and there was no way I was going to do what he wanted. My friend agreed. When he got pissed off, he started cutting himself on the arms and legs. There was blood dripping all over his floor and bed. Every time we said no, he would go deeper. Then he told us that we were the ones who would get into trouble if he was to die because we let him. We still said no. Then he went in deeper. It was horrifying. My friend freaked out and turned off the computer. We thought about calling the cops, but we were terrified. What if he was right? What if we did get into trouble because we were watching him mutilating himself and not doing anything? We sat there, dumbfounded. My friend started to cry and I did my best to comfort her, but she was never the strong one. A few minutes later, the phone rang from an unidentified number. I thought it might be the cops, so I answered it. It was him. He was screaming all kinds of obscenities over the phone, calling himself names and us. He started sending text messages to us with our pictures in it. I shut off the phone, and they started coming to our emails. We ignored him for a few days, and then we thought the whole thing went away, until one day at school people started looking at us funny and laughing. The head cheerleader called us in and said it was unanimous that we were kicked off the team for lewd behavior. Our pictures were everywhere. They were just pictures, no sound. No one had any idea of what happened. It just looked like we were talking to weird perverts over chat apps. He even showed the one that we had faked, that we took off our panties. It looked like we had actually done it. He had put the legs and other parts of naked women in the pictures. It was humiliating. We started getting harassed to the point where our parents took us out of the school. Our phone rang off the hook from kids laughing at us. We could no longer go on our social networking sites. Those were nothing compared to the freak calling us over and over again. The cops got involved and tried to find him, but his internet info was bouncing all over the world. His last message to us was, "I'm watching you." A few days later, my friend disappeared when walking over to my house. Here I sit, locked up in my room 24/7. I may never go anywhere again if I live that long.